Hello and welcome on Sports Update on Trust TV. Adeni Aji-Shafe. As we speak right now, Nigerian weightlifters are right now about to ready to see how they can move to Tunisia. Although they are ready to see how they can better the lot of this country, because when it comes to weightlifting, we all normally do well in any competition. Right now, starting with that story, African Weightlifting Championship, Nigerian weightlifters depart for Tunisia. They will be in Tunisia to compete for honors in weightlifting, and we hope that they will do well there. We have about 5 of them that will be competing in this competition. Let's look at the list of those weightlifters that represent Nigeria. We have Umofia Edidiong in 73 kilogram category. We have Akano Desmond, 89 kg, weightlifter for females. We have Lawal Rafia, 259 kilogram. Olanyoyo Adenike Adijat will be competing for Nigeria in 59 kilogram. Eze Joy Ogbone in 71 kilogram category. Their coaches Omogbai Tina Nena and Ayodabo Kende. Those are the 2 coaches, and the countries that will be participating in this competition that will be taking place in Tunisia. We have Tunisia, Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, Libya, Mauritania, Sudan, Uganda, Mauritius, South Africa, Sierra Leone, Seychelles, Zambia, Cameroon, Botswana, Kenya, Lesotho, DR Congo, Ghana, Madagascar, and the only country from Europe is Azerbaijan, joining them there to compete in this competition. They are a good one. At least our weightlifters will do us proud by the time they start competing, because really they've been doing so well. According to their president, Abdul Ibrahim, we have actually led them he has been with them for a while now, and he has seen what they've done so far. Both the para weightlifters have also been doing so well when it comes to para weightlifting. We can't take anything away from that particular team, Nigeria, in weightlifting. Joining me in the studio is Emmanuel Fashion. Be good to have you.
Good having me. For the weightlifters, they've been in camp, and they've actually prepared themselves for this event. And this event is actually is used as a qualification to Paris 2024. And we won't want to lose that of Paris come 2024. And for the weightlifters, the likes of Rafiat, who has been brilliant. I think at some point she won some gold medal at the National Sports Festival that was in Benin, and
even at the Commonwealth Games.
Yes. And to look at it, I think she has actually held her own when it comes to weightlifting in Nigeria, in Africa, and then she has transformed that prowess to the world. And like you also mentioned, our para lifters, we've dominated that scene for a while. Whenever we go to the Paralympics, you know that we get a lot of goals from the para weightlifting. But kudos to the athletes that we are going, the weightlifters we are going with. They are going to do well in Tunisia. All they just need to do is to focus, concentrate, and then make sure they win in their various categories, and then get that Olympic qualification. Because this time around, I think some of these individual sports, if we can actually channel our energy, we can get all the... You know why the likes of United States of America, China, Russia, why they get so many goals when they go to Commonwealth,
Australia,
Olympics? It's because of this individual sport.
Yes, categories.
They don't believe much in team sport. They can just come with team sport. Okay, let's try our luck in this aspect. But you see that they are individual athletes. They are well taken care of. They are well prepared. And that is why you see them winning number of golds. Before you know it, this person has won gold in this person, it keeps rising. So if we can also channel our energy into some of these individual sports, and then we are not saying the team sport is bad. The team sport is, if you win a gold medal in the Olympics in football, it's just one.
Of course.
It's just one.
Equals to Chuma Joa's
gold medal. So if we can, okay, in wrestling we win gold medal, in weightlifting we win gold medal, in athletics we win. At least you see it rising. If you
now, you are even looking at it as a name. In wrestling or weightlifting, you have kilogram categories, kg, different categories.
Yes.
For male, for female. So if, for example, Rafiat is competing in 59 kilogram category. If she wins gold, that's 1. Another athlete will also compete in 71 kilogram category. If she wins, that's 2 golds.
2 golds already.
Another person will go in 40. Another person will go in 84. And by the time you calculate it, they might have actually achieved about 10 gold medals, or silver, or bronze.
If you win 10 gold medals, the likes of other countries will be behind, because a gold medal is equal to, it covers your silver and your bronze. So if we can actually channel out, like you mentioned, this is some of these individual sports are area where we can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, like you met in
different
categories. And if you win gold medals in all of these categories, or even silver, you are sure of maybe finishing the top 10 in Olympics, finishing the top 5 in Olympics, finishing even the second in Olympics. And it's not that we don't have this talent. Okay, look at swimming. In swimming alone that I know of, we have more than 13 medals in swimming. Look at gymnastics. We have up to 20 medals in gymnastics. So these are some of the areas we can, okay, let's develop these sports. Let's see how we can get talents from this sport and then harness them together, take them out of this country, expose them to better facilities, train the coaches, let them always go out for updates, update themselves. We can do well. But at the end, well, our administrators need to wake up. For the weightlifters, they should just do well and get the Olympic qualification.
Apart from waking up, I think it's high time we should also know that these athletes, without them, you can't be an administrator of any federation. Because if they are not competing, if they are not going for competitions, I don't know how they'll be able to do better. Because, for example, now, I remember when we were supposed to attend an event in South Africa, in gymnastics or thereabout, we couldn't go.
Because of fun.
Yes, I remember the future, the deaf Eagles, the deaf players that play football. When they were supposed to go to Mexico, they got there late because they had to rally around to look for money and all that. And the attention somebody was asking, how come the deaf Eagles, the future Eagles, different athletes will say there's no money for them to go? Are they not Nigerians? Why is money always so available for Super Eagles? So, in fact, it's still very clear. Even the Super Falcons, they don't have that attention that Super Eagles actually get.
At all.
You understand? Why is it that money is always available for them? And then you see young boys and girls who can actually be the future. That time that I was supposed to go to South Africa for gymnastics, these girls are just 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they were sure of winning gold medals. There was no money for them to go. So it's high time that we see really that not everyone will play football. There are some boys or girls who will actually thrive in what? In other sports. Look at that athlete, Chioma Ajua, that actually won gold medal in 1996 for Nigeria. She was a former footballer, but she noticed that, okay, I could thrive more in this race, in long jump and also athletics. And she did well.
She switched.
She did well by switching. Toby Amusha wanted to do something else before I could say, go into hurdles. And it worked out for her. So many athletes that, okay, for the fact that they were able, Odwan Adekuroye, the wrestler, so wanted to play football.
Yes, of course.
Before she switched to wrestling. And today, she said, what better? So, not everybody will go into soccer and excel. Some will go to other sports that you actually treat with levity. And they will they will perform.
No, see, our administrators, sincerely speaking, we have what it takes to actually become when it comes to sports in the whole world. Nigeria has what it takes to be number one. It's just that it's negligence on our own part and lack of see, we are not serious. We are not serious. We don't have insight.
We are just looking at sport as this is just for recreation. It's not for business.
Sport has gone beyond recreation. Fine, we cannot take the entertainment, the recreation aspect of sport away from it. Despite that, sport has already become a business. You see so many. Okay, look at this young lady. I can't recall her name right now. That is running for Bahrain. She's an Ethiopian. She's from Nasser. So now look at what she's doing for that country.
In Nigeria, we have a Nigeria that runs for Bahrain.
Presently, so
she changed her name.
If you look at all of this put together, these persons, some of them grew up here, and they find that, okay, I'm not being appreciated. Okay, let's even take the case of Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua came down to this country to even beg the federation, give me this chance, let me go to the Olympics, let me do this. They said no. Look at Adesanya. Adesanya left this country and went to New Zealand. Today he's a UFC champion. Francis Obikwelu left this country and went to Europe to represent Portugal, winning the European Championship gold medal.
What about Gloria Alozie? All of them, they have access to facilities, they have access to competitions, they have access to
and they are well taken care of.
for training. They have fun to go anywhere. They have doctors, they have psychologists that run after them. But here, attention is always on football.
Yeah, the psychology
football,
of your own.
Goodness.
If you take care of yourself, you are the doctor of yourself, you are the psychologist of yourself. As in everything you do by yourself, you source for fun. There was an interview I granted to Essie Brument sometimes ago, and she told me some things that if I want to say it here, it's going to be it's going to be an issue. But the bad part of it was that she told me she would go to some event just to help herself out to maybe get funds, and at some point friends and family come to her rescue. Why that? This is somebody who done the green, white, green and represent Nigeria. If he wins the gold medal, they will not say Essie Brument at the top. They will, you put Essie Brument, they will put that flag beside, they will put gold. She won the gold for the country, more than 200 something million persons. So it is a pathetic one. If we can actually maybe sit up, then we can get it better. But when are we going to sit up? People say go back to the drawing board. The drawing board is full. We need action.
Now, looking at Tobiloba Amushan, when she was crying after winning that record she broke at the World Athletics, someone was looking at her like, wow, that tears she was shedding, she was just like, despite, against all odds that I faced, it rushed back to her, all she went through before she could get to that international world level where she broke that record, dominating the whole world. That tears are running, and you can easily see what it will look like, as if a rush of things just coming to her mind where she started racing from in Ijebu and all that before she could get to that international level. You can imagine what has happened.
So many things must have happened because even though she doesn't come out to say it, there have been so many challenges as the en route to where she is today. And if she opens her mouth to tell you some of the challenges, you might not even like what
to encourage your own child to go to
sports. Because I know of a parent in this country that have told me that because the child is good at sport, that at some point he's going to take his child away from this country to go and represent other countries. I said, no, you can represent Nigeria. No, he will not allow his child to represent Nigeria in any of the sports the child has chosen. And I said, if eventually it happens that your child represents Nigeria, and he started giving me instances of that, okay, when a Nigerian athlete gets injured, okay, where's Adegoke today? Nobody pays attention. So I said, well, you have your point there. But at some point, God can give you the grace and the power to always shine. And you shine.
Well, we'll be talking concerning Nigerian sport there. We really need to see it as business, not just for fun or for recreation. We need to really turn into what can change a lot of things for this great country. Away from that, let's talk about under 17 AFCON. Really, Nigeria will be playing on Thursday. They'll be facing Burkina Faso, and their coach has been talking tough there. But our own coach, Nduka Ogbade, says Burkina Faso they cannot stop Golden Eagles World Cup dream. That's the story we're looking at there under 17 AFCON. Well, we'll be facing them tomorrow. Can they stop the dream of getting to the semi-final? If we win tomorrow, we qualify for the World Cup.
A win tomorrow for Golden Eagles is what they are looking forward to, and is what everybody in Nigeria is looking forward to. But you have to work for 90 good minutes before they can start saying, okay, we're in the World Cup. Coming up against a Burkina Faso that defeated defending champions Cameroon 2-1 on Sunday night, will not take the Golden Eagles lightly. I also believe that the Golden Eagles will not also take Burkina Faso lightly. Both coaches have been talking tough, and for Nduka Ogbade, we've noticed some lapses. I hope we'll not see that again tomorrow, because these guys need to play as a team. Individual style of play should just be stamped out of the team, and psychologically he should work on the boys. They should not be carried away. They should not play under anxiety. They should not hurry. They are not hurrying to anywhere. They should calm their nerves. The youthful, the young exuberance in them should completely be out of the team, because anxiety is what cost them the game against Morocco. It's what almost cost them the game against South Africa. I want to score. No, the goal will come. Just play your part and relax your nerves. Let your nerves be calm. take it easy, and you'll get the goals. Individually, they are good, but you should not use your individual play to spoil things for others. They should play as a team, play as a unit. You must not score the goal. If you don't have the chance to score the goal, you can create chance for another person to score. And that is why I like the Arsene Wenger of this world, because that is what he tells you. If you can't score, there's somebody who is in a better position to score that goal. So create those chances for others to score. If you watch against South Africa, at some point they started playing individual football. This one wants to shoot, this one wants to score.
Who knows? Maybe they promised them, if you score, if you do, I will give you $10,000.
No,
maybe that's internally anyway.
Well,
that could actually cost,
like you said,
you know, they are young lads.
Internally. And I told somebody something the last time they played against South Africa, that the agents are not actually helping these players, because the agent is part of the problem.
Telling them,
go there and shine, play.
The club is coming for you.
And now, before you know, that guy will that mindset will just
I want to sell myself.
I want to sell myself. I want to sell myself. And he will forget the main reason why he's there. So the agents also should help us out by not telling, just tell these guys, go there and enjoy yourself, play yourself. Whoever wants to come and get you will definitely come. What is yours will always be yours.
We'll be talking concerning the under-17 AFCON. Well, right now, our coach, Nduka Ugbade, is already saying, well, they can't stop us. Burkina Faso won't do that. We want to qualify for the World Cup. If they win tomorrow, they'll make it to the semi-final, and they also make it to the World Cup. But the good thing is that we have hope in those boys that they will go all out against the Burkina Faso team. Let's go to the big one for tonight. UEFA Champions League fixture between AC Milan and Inter Milan at the San Siro, the one they call Giuseppe Meazza. Big one between the two teams who share the same stadium. What's the irony there? They will play away now. AC Milan is at home. Then next week, Inter will be at home. But we have this match where Olivier Giroud, you have Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku, look at them. And from the way it is right now, Ibrahimovic will be playing. Injury, he won't be there. And also Leao might not be playing because of injury. For the other side of Inter, well, D'Ambrosio won't be playing. And all of them, they have about 5 players who are actually injured now. But I look at it as in both teams play in Italian Serie A. Both teams share the same stadium. They have a lot of things in common. The only difference is the color of their jersey. Look at the design, look at the names, AC Milan, Inter Milan. You look at, one is 1899, one is 1898, and you'll be wondering, yeah, 1908 or thereabout. But seriously, it's a big match tonight.
Well, a big match for AC Milan. I think Inter Milan has dominated the derby. They've won they've beaten AC Milan more than AC Milan has done to them. They have 20-something wins to AC Milan 16 wins in all of the competition, in all of their meeting, and for
Champions League,
not in all competition, both Serie A and whatever Coppa Italia, in all Inter Milan stands above AC Milan. AC Milan have only been able to beat them 16 times, and for this season alone, Inter Milan has dominated the fixtures in Italian Serie A, in Coppa Italia. The only good result that AC Milan got was a draw, and the reverse feature was a 3-0 bashing of AC Milan. So for Inter, I think AC Milan will not want to allow themselves to be beaten again tonight. And if you look at it, I think it's experience against experience, because if you look at the AC Milan side, a lot of experience, because it was for their experience they were able to outshine Napoli. It's not that they played better than Napoli. Experience came into play in that game. And for tonight, it's going to be experience against experience. For Sampioli, I think he has turned this team around. He knows, he knows what he wants. And
okay, now, while you're talking Stephen Pioli's side now, this is possible lineup anyway. Well, let's look at it from the goalkeeper side, where you have Mike Maignan there, David Calabria, Simon Gea there, Fikayo Tomori, Theo Hernandez is there, fantastic player, Sandro Tonali, Roy Krunic, Alexis Salamakers is there, Ismail Benessa, Brahim Diaz, and you have the man who really know how to score goals, Olivier Giroud, at the top there, the top 9 for AC Milan. They call them the Rossoneri's. And for the Nerazzurris, that is Inter Milan. 3-5-2 formation. Andre Onana, the Cameroonian, is there. And you have Alessandro Bastoni, Francesco Acerbi, Matteo Damian. There's a Dumfries. You have Nicola Barella, Marcelo Brozovic, Hakan Calhanoglu, Federico Di Marco, Romelu Lukaku, the Belgian, the big one, Lautaro Martinez, the Argentine, all making that squad, well, just a possible one. Looking at this side by side, even if anything is going to change, it's going to be slightly. Though Ibrahimovic will be playing for AC, Rafael Leao is also injured, the Ambrosio will be in Inter Milan. You have two coaches, Simone Inzaghi versus Stefan Pioli. Two players, former players, who right now coaching these clubs. A big one.
A big one. If you look at the two coaches, let's look at from the perspective of the coaches. I think Sampaoli is in a way far more experienced than Inzaghi.
You only think so?
That is my own opinion. Because why did I say that? If you look at what he has been able to do with AC Milan, at some point AC Milan was really actually going down a bit.
Not that a bit. They went down. They went and they picked up and came back.
Then he came in. He picked up the pieces. He turned things around for the team, and they are back to life. Playing well, but for Inzaghi built a better team. He inherited a better team from the present Italian coach. And if you look at the players of both sides, they have experience on both sides. But if you look at AC Milan, I think AC Milan has more of the experienced players than
but
that
if you check it right from time, it has always been AC Milan really, when it comes to Italian football, always the derby against Inter Milan. It's always like experience versus youthfulness. Inter Milan will come with the, I still remember when Obafemi Martins, the likes of the Brazilian, he was playing with them, you know, when they play those games, you see, if they win, if AC Milan should win, AC Milan will win by experience. Yes. Inter should win, Inter will win by strength. And so for tonight's match, well, let's just say maybe it's going to be the same style of youthfulness against experience, or what?
It's going to be youthfulness a bit against experience, because if we look at the players in AC Milan, they are also young or youthful. For Inter Milan, they also have youthful players. But overall, it's going to be, well, some persons have said the match will not live up to its billings, but I believe it's going to live up to its billings because it's a derby, and they might just want to sit back and hit each other on the counter.
Let's see how it goes there. Just before we wrap it up, United in talks with Benfica over $100 million deal for Portugal striker Goncalo Ramos. And another one says Newcastle, Inter Milan, and Juventus are keen on Monza's fullback Carlos Augusto. I love that name, Augusto.
The Augusto.
Seriously.
Well, for the young man from Goncalo Ramos, coming to Manchester United wouldn't be a bad idea. But where does he fit into that team?
And you don't want your own Osimhen to come?
Osimhen. No, if Osimhen should come to Manchester United, I wouldn't like it because of their trace with black players.
Okay, there. Well, we've just been talking with these transfer stories there, just giving you those two. But for tonight, AC Milan versus Inter Milan, Nera versus Rosso. Who wins this battle? Let the player do the job there. Well, good one with you, Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks so much.
It's been my pleasure.
Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.